911? What's your emergency?
Yeah, hi. There's something wrong with my neighbor. He's been coughing for like 3 days straight, and now he's screaming in there. I heard a crash. I think he fell or something.
Ma'am, slow down for me. What's your address?
It's the Evergreen Apartments, 214 Pike Street, 3rd floor, apartment 3B.
Okay, we've got your location. Has anyone been injured?
I don't know. He was coughing so bad earlier, like this deep, wet sound. Then just now, I heard something hit the wall. I went to knock and he started banging on the door like crazy. He keeps saying he can't see. He's saying his eyes burn.
Ma'am, please stay away from the door. Officers are on their way. Do not make contact with him, okay?
Okay. Oh my God, he's hitting it harder. I think he broke the chain. Wait, he's bleeding through his nose. He's spitting up blood.
Ma'am, get somewhere safe right now. Are you still there?
He's in the hallway. He's crawling. He's making these sounds like... Oh God. He just stood up. He's looking right at me. His eyes are all white.
Ma'am, get inside and lock the door. Units are 2 minutes away.
He's running.
Hello? Hello?
Our top story tonight comes from Fort Pierce, Florida, where authorities are investigating a mysterious illness that has left several residents severely ill. Local hospitals report a sudden surge in patients showing extreme flu-like symptoms, including high fever, intense fatigue, and severe respiratory distress. Officials are calling this an unusual outbreak, though they caution the public that the situation is under control. Health experts say the cases are isolated, and no human-to-human transmission has been confirmed. Residents are advised to follow standard flu precautions. Meanwhile, authorities have quarantined the affected area, and the Centers for Disease Control has dispatched a team to investigate the cause. At this time, the source of the illness remains unknown.
I'm standing just outside the emergency wing of Fort Pierce General, and the scene here is unlike anything I've seen before. Every available ambulance bay is filled, there are tents in the parking lot to handle overflow, and emergency workers, many wearing full protective gear, are moving non-stop. Doctors tell me they've stopped counting the number of patients coming in. Every few minutes, another vehicle arrives, sometimes private cars with entire families inside, all coughing, feverish, terrified. The hospital's backup generators are running, and they're rationing oxygen tanks and IV supplies. Staff are exhausted, and some are falling ill themselves. There's growing concern about containment. I've spoken to paramedics who've been told to disinfect all gear and currency after every shift. One nurse told me bluntly, money's the real carrier. Authorities haven't confirmed that, but people are starting to avoid cash transactions altogether. Local law enforcement is trying to keep order, but emotions are running high. Families are begging to be let in. Some are being turned away because there's simply no room. There's a small CDC team here, but even they look overwhelmed. Supplies are dwindling, they're focusing on critical cases only, and there's talk that more field hospitals may be set up near the interstate. What's most striking is the silence from higher up. No clear national directive yet. Everyone here is doing what they can, but you can feel it in the air. This is starting to spiral. For now, Fort Pierce General is still standing. But if these numbers keep climbing, I don't know how long they can hold out.
Some early reports suggest that a local laboratory may have been conducting experimental research related to infectious diseases, but this has not been confirmed. Officials emphasize that panic is unnecessary and the public should continue normal daily activities while staying informed through official channels.
911, what's your emergency?
Yeah, I'm at the Greyhound station downtown. People were going crazy here, man. There's this guy. He started puking all over the floor. Then he just started biting people.
Sir, slow down. Did you say someone was biting people?
Yes, I swear to God, he lost at this woman like an animal. There's blood everywhere. Security tried to pull him off and he wouldn't stop. He's not even talking. He's just growling.
Okay, sir, listen carefully. Are you injured?
No, I ran into the service hallway. I'm hiding behind the vending machines, but I can still hear them screaming out there. Oh God, there's another one. It's like 3 of them now. They're attacking everyone.
Sir, I need you to stay where you are. Officers and paramedics are en route. Can you lock yourself in somewhere?
There's a storage door. Hold on. Okay, I'm inside. There's a kid in here too. He's hiding under the desk. He says his mom, she's one of them now.
Okay, just stay calm. Keep the child quiet. Help is coming.
There's a pounding noise. It rubs against the door. Oh no, they heard us. They're hitting the door. How the hell are they that strong?
Stay away from a door. Officers are less than 2 minutes.
They're inside. Oh God, oh God.
I'm outside a neighborhood in Fort Pierce, and the atmosphere here is tense. Families are boarding up windows, and streets are eerily empty, with only emergency vehicles moving. Witnesses describe friends and neighbors succumbing to sudden, violent illness, and the mood is one of fear. Authorities are trying to contain the outbreak, but with so many infected on the streets, it's clear that this crisis is far from over. What we're seeing here is unprecedented, says Dr. Marianne Colton of the CDC. This virus is highly contagious and aggressive. It spreads through contact with bodily fluids, and incubation seems to be extremely rapid, sometimes just hours. Our priority is to limit exposure and understand the virus as quickly as possible. The situation in Fort Pierce is still developing. Stay tuned to local news outlets and official channels for updates, and follow all instructions from health authorities to protect yourself and your family.
Good evening. We have new developments in Fort Pierce, where what was initially reported as a local illness is now escalating into a serious public health emergency. Hospitals in the area are reporting overwhelming numbers of patients exhibiting extreme symptoms, including violent and erratic behavior. Authorities now confirm that human-to-human transmission has occurred, and first responders warn the public to avoid contact with the sick. Some residents report seeing patients suddenly become aggressive and attack others, leaving communities in fear. Local law enforcement is struggling to maintain order as emergency calls spike. Several hospitals have implemented lockdowns, and additional personnel from the state and federal government have arrived to assist. Residents are urged to stay indoors unless absolutely necessary, and officials warn that the situation could worsen.
Thank you. At this time, we are investigating a cluster of cases involving extreme aggression and neurological symptoms. The pathogen appears to be viral in nature, though we are still analyzing its properties. While we are monitoring the situation closely, there is no need for panic at this stage. The CDC has deployed rapid response teams to Fort Pierce and surrounding areas to contain the infection.
Are there any indications of human-to-human transmission?
Yes. Preliminary findings suggest that direct contact with infected bodily fluids is the primary mode of transmission. Casual contact appears to pose low risk, but we are advising residents to avoid contact with symptomatic individuals until we understand the virus better. Hospitals are prepared, and we are collaborating with local authorities to manage containment.
Can you comment on the reports of extreme behavior, attacks on neighbors, and emergency responders?
Those reports are being taken very seriously. We are documenting behavioral anomalies in patients, but again, these are early stages. The situation is evolving, and we are committed to providing updates as new information becomes available. For now, following CDC safety guidelines is the best way for the public to remain safe.
Thank you, Dr. Price. Any final advice for people watching at home?
Remain vigilant. Limit exposure to unknown sick individuals. Report any unusual symptoms immediately, and follow official guidance from local health authorities. We are doing everything possible to contain the outbreak.
911, what's your emergency?
This is Officer Daniel. Badge number 4582. We need backup on Monroe and 8th. Multiple civilians down, attacking, biting each other. They're not responding to commands.
Copy that, Officer Daniels. How many are injured?
I don't even know. We had a wreck. One of them pulled the driver out of the car and... Jesus, he's tearing into him. We tried using pepper spray and it did nothing.
Understood. Hold your position. Additional units are en route.
No, you don't care. It's these people. Whatever this is, it's not drugs. It's not a riot. They're infected. I shot one of them in the leg. He just kept coming. He didn't even slow down.
Officer Daniels, do you copy?
Copy. My partner, he's down. He got bit. He's bleeding bad. He's shaking. I don't... Oh, no. His eyes are going white.
Obviously, you need to move. Get out of there.
I can't. He's my partner.
Officer Daniels, do you copy?
Good evening. The green flu outbreak that began in Fort Pierce has now spread across much of Florida, prompting statewide emergency measures. Hospitals are overwhelmed, with many forced to turn away patients as resources dwindle. The Florida Department of Health has declared a state of emergency, and the National Guard has been deployed to assist with containment efforts. Officials report that the infected exhibit extreme aggression and unusual strength, often attacking family members and neighbors, making the situation even more dangerous. Local authorities have imposed mandatory quarantines in several counties, restricting travel in and out of affected areas. Public fear is mounting as communications with some towns have been cut off. Roads leading out of cities are congested, with residents attempting to flee the outbreak. Authorities warned that anyone attempting to evade quarantine may be putting themselves and others at severe risk.
I'm here in one of the quarantine zones in Fort Pierce, and the scene is chaotic. Emergency workers are struggling to maintain order as terrified residents attempt to escape. Families have been separated, and there are reports of violent confrontations with the National Guard. This is a dire situation, and officials continue to urge the public to comply with evacuation and quarantine instructions.
Florida remains under strict quarantine, with authorities warning that the green flu is highly contagious and extremely dangerous. Citizens are advised to avoid all contact with infected individuals and report any suspected cases to local authorities immediately. We will continue to bring live updates as the situation develops.
Containment efforts are ongoing. But yes, the virus is moving faster than expected. Hospitals are reporting atypical behavioral symptoms in infected individuals, including extreme aggression and unpredictable actions. These cases suggest the pathogen is evolving rapidly.
There are rumors of new types of infected, some behaving differently than standard cases. Can you comment?
We've observed anomalies in certain patients, heightened strength, erratic movement, and unusual responses to stimuli. These are early indicators that the virus may be undergoing mutations affecting neurological and muscular function. At this point, the medical community is studying these variants closely. We're labeling them as early, non-standard strains that we are still gathering data.
Should the public be worried about these mutations?
The risk remains primarily through direct contact. However, because the virus is evolving in real time, people should be extremely cautious. Local authorities are increasing quarantine zones and advising residents to stay indoors and avoid all contact with symptomatic individuals.
Any advice for emergency responders in the field?
Protective gear is essential. Limit exposure, avoid close physical contact unless necessary, and report unique cases immediately. This virus is unpredictable, and safety protocols must be strictly followed.
Good evening. The green flu outbreak that began in Fort Pierce, Florida, is now affecting multiple states across the southeastern United States. Reports indicate confirmed cases in Georgia, Alabama, and the Carolinas. Authorities say the virus spreads extremely quickly, leaving local governments struggling to maintain order and provide medical care. Hospitals in affected areas are overwhelmed and understaffed, with many unable to treat the influx of infected patients. Emergency response teams are stretched thin, and National Guard units are now being deployed across state lines in an effort to contain the virus. Authorities report violent outbreaks in several urban areas where infected individuals have attacked family members, neighbors, and emergency responders. Cities are beginning to implement curfews and mandatory lockdowns, while federal agencies work to coordinate resources and medical personnel.
I'm in Savannah, Georgia, where streets are eerily empty. Businesses are shuttered, and National Guard units are patrolling neighborhoods to enforce quarantine measures. Residents speak of friends and family succumbing to the illness with terrifying rapidity. The fear is palpable, and many have chosen to barricade themselves in their homes.
This virus is unprecedented at its speed, aggression, and lethality, says Dr. Laura Kim, epidemiologist with the CDC. Containment is proving almost impossible as the virus spreads faster than we can respond. We are urging the public to heed all official warnings and avoid all contact with infected individuals. The federal government continues to monitor the situation closely. Citizens are advised to stay informed, follow all quarantine instructions, and prepare for potential long-term disruptions to transportation, healthcare, and public services.
The virus is behaving unlike any pathogen we've encountered. It spreads rapidly, with some patients turning aggressive within hours of exposure. Containment is our primary goal, but the mobility of the population is making that extremely difficult.
"911, what's your emergency?"
They told us to come to the bridge for evacuation, but oh my God, it's chaos. There's thousands of people here, cars everywhere.
Ma'am, please calm down. Are you injured?
No, but there's people attacking the soldiers. They just started running at them. They're not even human anymore. They're covered in blood. They don't stop.
Ma'am, listen to me. Get to cover immediately. Do not engage with anyone who appears sick or violent.
We can't move! The cars are jammed! People are trying to climb over each other. There's a man. He's on fire. Oh God, he's on fire! They're on the bridge! They're everywhere! The soldiers are shooting, but they just keep coming. There's a helicopter! Oh my God, it's spinning!
Ma'am, are you there? Do you copy?
He said it was just a flu! Just a flu!
Good evening. The green flu outbreak has now reached major urban centers along the East Coast, with confirmed cases in Jacksonville, Atlanta, Charlotte, and Washington, D.C. Hospitals are overwhelmed, emergency services are failing, and authorities warn that normal life is effectively suspended in many areas. Eyewitnesses report chaotic scenes in city streets with infected individuals attacking civilians and first responders alike. Law enforcement and National Guard units are struggling to maintain order, and several cities have enacted curfews, martial law, and citywide lockdowns. Public transportation has largely ceased, and supplies of food, medicine, and water are becoming scarce in quarantined areas. Evacuation efforts are underway, but often hampered by the rapid spread of the virus.
I'm in Jacksonville, Florida, where the streets are empty except for emergency vehicles. Hospitals are full beyond capacity, and makeshift triage centers are being set up in public buildings. Residents describe frantic attempts to flee the city, while others barricade themselves in their homes. The fear is tangible, and authorities warn that the situation could deteriorate further.
The federal government is coordinating resources and urging citizens to remain calm, though officials acknowledge the gravity of the situation. As the outbreak spreads, the United States faces an unprecedented public health crisis unlike anything in modern history.
Anybody out there? Can you hear me? This is Frank Miller. I'm holed up in what used to be Jefferson Grocery, across from the big gas station. I got supplies for maybe 3 days, maybe 4. I don't know if anyone's still out there. Look, if someone's listening, I saw something last night. Something weird. Not like the usual ones. I was on the roof trying to, get a better look. Green fog rolling over the street, and it moved. It didn't walk, it didn't run, it just glided. And when it got close, my flashlight hit it and it disappeared behind a car like it didn't exist. Anyway, I'm marking this spot, Jefferson Grocery. Supplies, water. Maybe safe, maybe not. If anyone's alive, radio me back. Call sign, Miller. Over.
Sheriff Dalton, thank you for speaking with us. People are scared and they're hearing conflicting information. Can you tell the public plainly, how do you stop one of these infected?
Look, I'm not going to sugarcoat anything. These folks, your neighbors, co-workers, once that green flu hits them hard, they stop acting like people. They come at you fast. They don't feel pain like we do, and they don't respond to commands. But they ain't invincible.
So what's the actual method? How does someone protect themselves?
You gotta aim for center mass first, slow him down. These infected will sprint, climb, tackle you right to the ground. Putting a couple rounds into the torso knocks them off balance, buys you a second.
What about finishing the job?
Headshots. There's no gentler way to say it. You want them to stay down, you put a round through the head. They don't drop from pain or fear, only when the brain stops functioning. Same goes for blunt weapons. Baseball bat, fire axe, crowbar. You get in close, you hit hard, you hit the head.
And if someone doesn't have a weapon?
And avoid them at all costs. The infected, we call them runners now. They travel in packs. They swarm real fast. One-on-one, you might shove one off you, but 2 or 3, forget it.
Sheriff, we're hearing rumors that the infected can climb or leap farther than normal people. Is that accurate?
Yeah, they push their bodies past normal limits. You'll see them scrambling up walls, jumping barricades. Adrenaline overrides all their pain response. They burn themselves out doing it, but they won't stop till they're dead.
And is there anything else civilians should know?
Yeah, don't try to reason with them. Don't call their names. Don't hesitate. Once they're infected, they're gone. If one breaks into your home, don't scream, don't freeze, act. Go for the head or get away and seal the door.
And what about the mutated infected we're hearing about?
That's another conversation. Those things are a whole different category. For now, just know whatever you knew about the infected yesterday ain't true today.
So to summarize, center mass to slow them and headshots to stop them.
That's right. Keep your distance, stay quiet, stay aware, and God help you if you run into more than one.
Good evening. The green flu outbreak is no longer confined to the southeastern United States.
Cases have now been reported in multiple regions nationwide, prompting the federal government to declare a national public health emergency. Cities across the country are enacting emergency measures to protect their residents, but officials warn that containment is increasingly unlikely. Hospitals are operating beyond capacity, and there are widespread reports of panic, looting, and violent encounters between infected individuals and civilians. Emergency responders are stretched to the breaking point, and supplies of essential goods are dwindling.
I'm reporting from Atlanta, Georgia, where the city is under strict curfew. Streets are largely deserted, with only emergency vehicles patrolling. Residents describe neighbors turning violent after showing initial flu-like symptoms, and hospitals are forced to turn patients away due to lack of space and staff. People are barricading themselves in homes, but many are choosing to flee, sometimes into areas that are just as dangerous.
The federal government continues to coordinate response efforts, including military deployments and emergency aid. Authorities urge citizens to follow all instructions carefully, stay indoors where possible, and avoid any exposure to infected individuals. The situation remains critical and is expected to worsen in the coming days.
The green flu demonstrates extreme infectivity and aggression, with some individuals experiencing near immediate behavioral changes. This is a fast-moving crisis. People need to prepare for long-term disruptions, including shortages of food, medicine, and utilities. Avoiding contact with the infected is currently the only means of survival.
"911, what's your emergency?"
Hello? Can you hear me?
Mom's sick. She won't wake up.
Okay, sweetheart. It's okay. What's your name?
Evan.
All right, Evan. Can you tell me where you are?
I'm in my house. I don't know if I should open the door. There's people outside. They keep hitting the windows. They're making those noises like Mom did.
Okay, Evan, listen to me. Stay quiet. Don't open any doors or windows. Hide somewhere safe, okay? Hold on, Evan. Just stay on the line.
They're through the west entrance. We gotta move.
Evan? You still there?
I can hear them inside now. They sound angry.
Seattle Command, this is last station. We're overrun. I repeat, we're...
Are you still there?
Yeah, I'm still here. You're not alone, okay? Just keep talking to me.
This line is no longer in service. Please contact your local emergency services. This line is no longer in service. Please contact your local emergency services. This line is no longer in service. Please contact your local emergency services.
Hello?
Dr. Rao, hospitals in Florida are reporting unusual patients, some with extreme aggression and erratic behavior. Can you explain what's happening?
Yes, we are now observing non-standard infected emerging. These individuals display unpredictable neurological responses, enhanced strength, and altered behavior patterns. Some patients appear to react to stimuli in ways we've never documented in previous outbreaks. These are not standard cases, and we're concerned about the virus's rapid mutation rate.
There are reports of what some are calling super aggressive infected. Is that accurate?
Correct. We are seeing highly mobile, highly aggressive subjects that traditional containment methods struggle to manage. These may include individuals previously infected who've undergone further viral mutation. We are attempting to document and track these cases, but the situation is escalating quickly.
What does this mean for public safety?
Residents should assume any symptomatic individual is extremely dangerous. Direct contact is highly risky, and even previously contained areas may no longer be secure. Emergency protocols have been updated, and military support is being coordinated to assist with containment and evacuation.
Any advice for people still in urban areas?
Stay indoors, avoid all contact, and report unusual behavior immediately. We urge everyone to treat all infected with extreme caution. This virus is evolving at an unprecedented pace. Hello? Anybody out there? This is Elena Torres. I'm at the Jacksonville Zoo. Yes, the zoo. I don't know how long I can stay here. Most of the gates are down. The animals, well, some of them are gone. Some are not right. Listen, I've been marking safe rooms in the primate house and the old reptile pavilion. If anyone can make it here, there's some water and cages we can barricade. But there's something I've never seen before. It moves like the others, but it screams like an animal, and it's fast. Don't know if it's, I don't know, a mutation or something else. If anyone hears me, mark the zoo. Keep your distance, but if you can, we could help each other. I'll keep the channel open. Call sign, zoo. Over.
Good evening. The green flu outbreak has now reached a nationwide crisis, with reports of infected individuals appearing in nearly every state. Large urban centers are in chaos. Rural areas are seeing the virus spread unchecked, and the federal government has issued mandatory nationwide emergency protocols. Hospitals are at full capacity or non-operational, with medical personnel either overwhelmed or infected. Reports of massive outbreaks in evacuation centers have forced authorities to reconsider relocation strategies. Cities are now effectively abandoned in some regions, and the National Guard and military are focusing on establishing safe zones rather than full containment.
I'm in a makeshift safe zone outside Atlanta, Georgia. Thousands of refugees have gathered here after fleeing infected areas. Resources are limited, and tension is high among those seeking safety. Outside the perimeter, the infected roam freely, attacking anyone attempting to move between zones. Families are being separated, and desperation is mounting.
The situation across the country remains critical. Citizens are urged to stay within designated safe zones, avoid infected individuals at all costs, and follow instructions from military and emergency personnel. The outbreak shows no signs of slowing, and large-scale disruptions to daily life are expected to continue for the foreseeable future.
I'm Dr. Sanders. The green flu is proving nearly impossible to contain. With extreme infectivity, rapid onset of aggression, and resilience in the infected, what we are witnessing is a full-scale societal collapse. Survival now depends on avoidance, fortified shelters, and strict hygiene measures. There is currently no treatment or cure.
Anyone listening? This is Mark. I'm moving through the old residential blocks near Pine Street. Houses are empty, well, mostly. I've been marking safe paths. Streets clear enough for travel, but I saw something not right. It's big, taller than a man. Skin's pale, but it's all stretched. Muscles look wrong. It doesn't walk normally. It crawls in all fours like it's broken and bending, but fast. It screams like it's in pain, and then it calls others. not growls, like a distorted human scream. I barely got away. I think it followed me halfway down Cedar. Be careful if anyone's out there. Call sign, Pine Street. Over.
Yes, hospitals in multiple regions are over capacity. We are now seeing not just standard infected, but highly mutated subjects, some exhibiting extreme strength, erratic movement, and abnormal cognitive patterns. Staff are stretched thin, and containment protocols are no longer fully effective. We are calling in military support to assist with evacuation and perimeter security.
There are also reports of infected behaving in highly coordinated ways. Is that accurate?
We are documenting instances where infected appear to respond to each other, forming aggressive groups and targeting survivors with unusual persistence. These observations indicate the virus may be altering behavioral patterns collectively, which is unprecedented. This further complicates containment.
What is the CDC advising for civilians at this stage?
Stay indoors. Avoid all contact with infected. If you can, move to designated safe zones or shelters. The virus has mutated beyond initial containment parameters. We urge extreme caution and adherence to official instructions.
Is there any hope of containment at this point?
Containment is increasingly difficult, but efforts continue. Research teams are working around the clock to understand the mutations and develop interventions. However, survival depends heavily on civilians following strict safety measures.
Hello? Hello? Is anyone out there? This is Jess. I don't know if anyone's alive. I don't care if you're listening. I need to talk to someone. It's insane out here. People are gone. Streets are full of things. The screaming, the running, everything's upside down. I saw a woman last night. Didn't look human. She was crouched in the shadows, eyes glowing, screaming like she was dying and laughing at the same time, and then she just disappeared. I don't know what's happening. It's not even real anymore. I've got water, some canned stuff. I don't know how long it'll last. If anyone can hear me, just respond. Anyone, please. Call sign Harper. Over. Over.
Good evening. The green flu outbreak has left much of the United States overrun. Only a few military-designated safe zones remain operational, providing refuge for survivors. Cities and towns outside these zones are considered extremely high-risk areas, with widespread infection and violent outbreaks reported. Authorities report that while these safe zones are fortified, they face constant pressure from infected individuals attempting to breach defenses. Supplies are scarce, and survivors are living under strict rationing. Evacuation efforts continue, but the virus's rapid spread and unpredictable behavior have made large-scale rescue operations nearly impossible.
I'm here at one of the remaining safe zones outside Charlotte, North Carolina. Thousands of refugees have arrived in the last week, overwhelming the limited resources available. Military personnel are enforcing strict security, but fear is high. Many residents speak of losing family members to the infected and of the constant threat posed by those who may still be turning violently ill.
The outbreak shows no signs of abating. Citizens in these remaining zones are urged to remain vigilant and follow military instructions at all times. The nation's population has been decimated, and survival has become the primary concern for all those left alive.
The virus has proven incredibly adaptive, with some reports suggesting reinfection and rapid mutation among the infected. These safe zones are our last line of defense. Survival depends on maintaining strict hygiene, avoiding contact with infected individuals, and careful management of resources.
Any survivors listening? This is Sam Whitaker. I'm in the remains of the Riverview Apartments. Floor 3 is secure enough for now. Water's not great, but it's drinkable if you filter it. Cans in the lobby, not looted. Yet. I'm marking this as a potential safe house. Call sign, Riverview. Something else. Something not normal. I saw it last night. Crawled out from under the stairwell, pale, twisted limbs, long fingers. Couldn't see its face properly, but it had eyes. Eyes, not like the usual infected. And it moved in jerks, like it was jerking on wires or puppets. Didn't hear it scream, but it hissed, like air escaping a balloon. Anyone coming this way, avoid the stairwells. The main hall is clear for now. If you can reach me, I'll try to coordinate a safe route through the complex. Riverview, over and out.
Good evening. Months after the initial outbreak of the green flu, the United States is radically changed. The majority of urban centers have been abandoned, and the infected roam freely in much of the country. Only isolated safe zones, maintained by military forces, continue to provide shelter for survivors. Authorities report that these zones remain under constant threat, with small incursions by the infected forcing survivors to stay vigilant. Supplies are limited and rationing continues. Communication with the outside world is sporadic, and long-term recovery efforts are on hold as the nation struggles just to survive.
I'm at a safe zone in rural North Carolina. Life here is harsh but organized. Residents are building barricades, foraging for food, and keeping watch for infected outside the perimeter. Many survivors are traumatized, having lost friends and family in the chaos, yet they persist, clinging to hope in an uncertain world. The sense of normalcy is gone, replaced by a constant fight for survival. The green flu has fundamentally altered human society. Dr. Richard Halstead of the CDC. The virus's infectivity, aggression, and resilience have caused near-total societal collapse. Survivors face an ongoing struggle, and the future remains uncertain. There is currently no cure or definitive method to eliminate the infected population.
As the nation adjusts to this new reality, survival depends on caution, preparation, and solidarity among those still alive. The green flu has reshaped America, leaving behind a world where vigilance, fortification, and community are the keys to enduring the days ahead. For now, the infected continue to roam, and humanity's fight for survival goes on.
My fellow Americans, thank you for joining us. We are facing a situation unlike anything we've ever dealt with before. It's a very serious outbreak, very serious. And I want everyone to understand we are working around the clock, all day, all night. Tremendous people doing tremendous work. We have a virus, the green flu, spreading faster than anything in modern history. It mutates, it behaves unpredictably, and in some cases, very dangerously. Many of you have seen the reports. Some of these infected individuals are showing things no virus has ever caused before. Strength, agitation, extreme behavior. We're studying it. We're on it. Now, Florida. Let me be very clear. Florida is experiencing an extremely bad situation. The worst so far. The military has done an incredible job. Absolutely incredible. But the infected there are unlike anything we've seen in other states. Mutated, aggressive, hard to contain. And because of that, containment has failed in several areas. So tonight, I am ordering a full federal evacuation corridor. Anyone not already infected, you must move north immediately. Follow official routes. Follow military instructions. No exceptions. We're also enacting a nationwide curfew. This is temporary. This is necessary. We will slow the spread. We will keep as many people safe as possible. We have the best scientists, the best working on this. The CDC, the military, private labs, everyone is cooperating like never before. I know you're scared. I know many of you are seeing things out there that don't make sense. People changing, behaving like animals. Some even worse. Believe me, I've seen the reports too. I hear everything. But we're strong. We're Americans and we will beat this. We beat everything. We always do. Stay indoors. Follow instructions. Protect your families. Help your neighbors. And pray for our country because the next few days will be difficult. They will be very difficult. We are a great nation, and together we will survive this. Thank you.
Well, howdy, y'all. Name's Earl, broadcasting from Safe Zone Charlie. First off, let me tell you about my buddy Carl. Yeah, Crazy Carl. Don't ask why, 'cause that's just his name. This morning, he decided it'd be a great idea to ride a shopping cart down a hill, right into a pack of, them running things. Runners, boomers, whatever you want to call them. And wouldn't you know it, Carl comes out of that mess grinning, not a scratch on him. Just a little windblown and covered in the green stuff. I swear, I asked him. I said, Carl, what in tarnation were you thinking? And he goes, Earl, I figured I'd save myself some gas money. Gas money, folks. Anyway, if you listening and thinking about trying something stupid like Carl, don't. Just stay put, grab a snack from the supply crates, and laugh at someone else's foolishness. Trust me, it's safer and funnier. Carl's probably gonna do something even crazier tomorrow. Last I saw, he was trying to train a cat to distract him while he snuck around the wall. Yeah, I said cat. I don't get it either.
Command, this is Echo 7. Do you copy? Anyone? Please respond. Okay. Gonna try again. I'm pinned inside the North Side Distribution Center, Sector K. Mission was supply recovery. Medical crates, clean bandages, nothing heavy. Should have been in and out. here. Whole place is quiet when we came in. Then the lights blew. Next thing I know, Carter's gone. No scream, no gunshot, just gone. I've got movement on the second tier. Something's tracking me. Sounds heavier than a runner. Slower. Careful. Command, if you can hear this, I'm heading to the loading bay. Need eyes, need backup, need anything. Damn it, no! No! They're in the rafters! I repeat, infected are above me, coming down through the ventilation grates. Get back! Command, Echo 7, taking damage. Hunter variant came out of nowhere. One down, more coming. I hear our whole damn back. Command, if anyone receives this, do not send another team here. The building is compromised. They're nesting inside the walls. I'm heading for the roof. Gonna try bacon. Flare. If the chopper's still in the air. If not, just tell my unit I tried. I got visual. Streets are full. Jesus. They're swarming every exit. No way out. No clear shot for ABAC. Seven. Last known position. North side distribution center roof. Flare is active. I'm gonna hold as long as I can. For what it's worth, we should have pulled out of the city weeks ago.
Well, hey there again, folks. Earl here, still holding down Safe Zone Charlie. Y'all ain't gonna believe what Carl done got himself into today. So Carl, crazy Carl, the same genius from yesterday, he decides he's gonna sneak up on one of them boomers. You know, the big green ones that blow up all nasty. Carl thinks he's smart, tries to throw a rock at it to distract it. Well, it worked for about 2 seconds. Then the boomer goes off, covers him head to toe in that, well, I'll just call it slime apocalypse goo. And what does Carl do? He starts rolling down the hill laughing, yelling at me, "Earl, I'm feeling slippery and free." Meanwhile, I'm behind cover laughing, thinking I'm safe, until a pack of runners decides they want to join the party. Carl's out there slipping and sliding, kicking one runner in the head like it's a soccer ball. I swear I never seen anyone survive that kind of chaos and still be smiling. Anyway, y'all take my advice. Don't be Carl. But if you see him, give him a wave. Or hide. Probably hide. He's lucky I didn't drag him back in a body bag yesterday, and I ain't getting...
This is Marianne Holt, formerly of WZVN News. If you can hear this broadcast, if your radio still works, you're listening to what's left of our newsroom, or what's left of me anyway. According to every operational military channel I've scanned, the United States is officially dark. No federal transmissions in over 80 days. No troop movement detected. No evacuation orders. Just silence. I've been moving between abandoned relay stations for months, trying to piece together what's left of our country. And here's everything I can confirm. The green flu burned across the continents faster than any hope we had. Cities are gone. Entire states are ghost zones. The coasts fell first, then the Midland transport corridors failed, cutting the nation into isolated pockets of survivors. The military fought hard, harder than we ever saw on the news while the world still had news. But once the new mutations appeared, the specials, they tore straight through fortified lines. Florida was the last major stronghold to collapse outright. After that, everyone was on their own. I've intersected scattered transmissions across the country. Some are hoaxes, some are automated, but a few seem real. Appalachian Safe Route. Mentions of a network of tunnels and mines being used for shelter. Great Lakes Enclave, a group claiming to hold part of Michigan's Upper Peninsula. Red River Refuge, possible military remnant stationed within the Dakotas. Vegas Burn Zone. Rumors say the infected there behave differently. I cannot confirm. If anyone can verify these sites, please relay confirmation. Activity patterns have changed since the fall. Less coordinated, more territorial. The common infected roam in smaller groups now, but the specials, they're evolving, or devolving, depending on how you look at it. I witnessed a witch 2 nights ago. She barely moved, just sat in the ruins, keening, like she remembered something. I kept my distance. She didn't even turn her head. Boomers seem to travel in pairs now, and otters have been seen scaling higher structures than before. If you're hearing this, if anyone is hearing this, you're not alone. There are still pockets of us out here. We're still fighting, still searching, still hoping. This is Marianne Holt, once a news anchor, now just another survivor doing what she can.
Hey y'all, Earl here, Safe Zone Charlie again. I swear I don't know how I'm still alive, but let me tell you what Carl's up to now. That boy, Crazy Carl, he's got himself a cat army. Yeah, cats. Apparently he thinks if he sets a bunch of cats out on the street, they'll distract the infected? I don't know. Logic's never been his strong suit. So I look out the window and there's Carl throwing catnip like it's holy water, yelling, "Go get 'em, Fluffy! Take that, you green monsters!" I swear a couple of those cats actually ran right at the runners. Carl's laughing so hard he falls off the roof onto a dumpster. And somehow he climbs right back up like it's nothing. I don't know if I should cry or laugh, or both. So, if you hear a lot of screeching and see a cat launching at you, don't worry. That's just Carl's genius playing in action. Something like that